Come on in. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in Eastern time, noon on the West Coast. Let's see. In Australia, it's probably 3 in the morning. I think they're 12 hours ahead of us. So come on in. My hands have been cold all day long, so I have a cup to hug right now. Got a cup to hug. So let me get the chat up for my peeps. There's Angela. Yeah, come on in. I took my scarf off because I don't know how. Usually if I tear something or something gets damaged, I know about it. You have to see this hole in this scarf. It's big enough for me to look through. And I don't know how it happened. And it hasn't been on the ground, hasn't been on the floor. I'm thinking a cat may have done it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to cut it right here and then again right here and take that whole piece out and seam it up. Yeah, I can do that. I've been sewing most of my life. Since I was 8 years old, my granny taught me how to make pajamas, pajama bottoms to be exact. We didn't even have a pattern. She taught us how to make pajamas. She worked in a sewing factory most of her life, and she loved it. She was good at it, and she taught me how to make flat felted seams. You know, the seams that are on the side of your blue jeans, that's a flat felted seam. And she worked at this little factory. Oh, what was the name of that factory, sister? I can't think of it. Andover's. And it was right at the Y of Highway 45 north of Mayfield. Little white building. And Granny could really sew. She could really sew. And what's funny, later on in life, Patty visited sewing factories, sewing mills to sell them thread from Signal Thread Company. And all that went away with NAFTA. Yep. In the 90s. Like 92 or 3. I'd have to look it up. But hey, it destroyed a lot of jobs for people like my granny. Long, long time ago. So, my granny taught me some skills, and one of those was sewing. We have a family picture. We have a family picture of Mother and me and Patty and Leanne and Dina. If I can ever find that picture. Uh, the clothes my sisters had on, I made for them. I think even what Mother had on, I had made for her. And the clothes I had on, I had borrowed from a friend. So I had time for, Patty said NAFTA was 1994. I was close. But it destroyed the sewing companies, little sewing factories all over the country. Destroyed it because people went to China. Now I have it hanging, my scarf was hanging, I have a scarf hanger on the back of the door in my studio. And I just don't know how it got damaged. It just has blown me away. I probably should just throw it away, but I think it's a pretty scarf. I think it's a pretty scarf. And I like the colors in it, but I probably should just toss it. So I've been in the kitchen. I have made 2 meatloaves, a small one and a larger one. I have put together some scalloped potatoes, and they're real easy to make. And my potatoes were, let's just say, Robert should have got potatoes at the grocery store today because we're out now. We are out of potatoes, and they weren't starting to smell, but it reminded me of many years ago. I was searching for a smell in my kitchen. Just what is that stink? Usually you can pinpoint it. Not this time. And I couldn't find it. And I finally found it. I had a crock that I kept potatoes in. It was a small, it wasn't a butter churn, but it was just a crock. Pardon me. I don't know where that came from. Probably just thinking about the smell of, but I found what was stinking, and it was potatoes. Onions smell worse. Onions smell much worse. But I found the potatoes, and it just, it got me. It got me. Just, it got me. And so I was watching Patera this morning, and it was a show from a year ago. And I watch all her shows. And if you haven't seen yesterday's show, you got to go watch it and take her warning. Don't go into Walmart shopping without somebody with you. Don't do it. Don't go into any big box store without people there, without somebody with you. Because you never know when you're going to need a witness. And I don't mean witnessing for the Lord either. Never know when you're going to need a witness. But people are on edge, y'all. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. And you got to be, well, she went down one aisle and it was totally blocked with a sick baby and a mom and dad trying to find Pedialyte. Now, that made me remember, are you stocked up with things like Pedialyte and stuff to stop dehydration in your children when they get this stomach virus? Because it always goes around our homes, and it's in our communities, and it's on cruise ships. My nephew Alexander's on a cruise ship. I pray they don't get the norovirus. But the people who have had it here lately have really been suffering. So get the stuff you need. Chicken broth, chicken noodle soup, but don't eat the noodles. Do not eat the noodles. But you need the salt to help hold fluids. And just, have what you need. Pedialyte popsicles for little ones. And just stay protected. So you don't have to run out and stand in the middle of Walmart or a grocery store or a drugstore with a sick baby. That's incomprehensible for me. Have everything you need. Having a dinner party Thursday and serving my blue ribbon meatloaf. Wow. Wow. That's one way to get your house clean, is have a party. Have a dinner party. But as I was cutting up these potatoes, and a couple of them were questionable, I just thought, I remembered Patera. She had something attack her quail, and she loves quail eggs. But something killed 4 of her quail. 2 were missing, and she found where they were. They were in the belly of some kind of rat snake that was in her barn, and it got into her quail pen, and then it ate 2 quail, and it couldn't get out. It couldn't get out, so she caught it. And she'd been having trouble last year with a skunk. Well, I used to be a naturalist, not in the sense of going to school and having a degree, but I worked in an outdoor education center, and we learned a lot of things. We taught children about the outdoors, and when you're walking through the woods, you smell. When you get accustomed to being in the woods, you can smell lots of things. And when you get a wolf, that's a nose full of odors, and you smell a skunk, it could be several things. Number one, it could be a skunk. Just flat out, it could be a skunk. Number two, it could be something we call in the mountains galax. It is a waxy, rounded leaf. I don't know that I can find a picture of galax. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Find an image of galax. Let's see here. G-A. Google doesn't even know what it. Somebody spell galax for me. They want to put galaxy. I don't know. I can't even find a picture. Let me try. DuckDuckGo. Here we go. G-A-Y. No. G-A-Y-L-A-X. There's a Galax, Virginia. G-A-L-A-X. That's the way I had spelt it. We're getting a spelling. Galax plant. P-L-A-N-T. Image. Went away. That's a galax leaf. It's a waxy, sort of heart-shaped leaf. And it smells like a skunk. Smells like a skunk. Now, the other thing you need to know, when you smell a skunk, and it's not a skunk, and you don't look around and see any galax, you need to start looking for a snake. Because there's a hog's nose snake in our area that smells like a skunk. It is a protection device. And it is a hog-nosed snake. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. Hog-nosed snake. I hate phones. I just really hate phones. I just want to get to the search box. Let's see if we can get an image. And they got a weird head on them. That's not a good picture, but it's got a flat-nosed head. And it's just, oh, here's a better one. It's a hog-nosed snake. You don't know which end's up or down. But they're not poisonous. They just stink. Now, my question to you, when I was little, Patty, I guess we were 4 and 5. I don't know. But our uncle brought a box of baby skunks to Granny's. Baby skunks. We played with them. Granny made us leave them out in the milk barn. She didn't want them because baby skunks they can stink too. And the skunks died. We didn't know how to take care of them. But have you ever been pursued, chased by a skunk? I have. I've come really close to getting sprayed by a skunk at this same place where I taught outdoor education. I was in a barn and it was cold out, and we had a fire going in a wood stove. And all of a sudden, underneath the barn door, we heard this chattering sound, just a chatter sound. I can't even describe it, but it was just a weird sound. And I look up, and then I don't see anything. I look down, and they're coming in. Now, skunks, they are nocturnal animals, and they don't see well in daylight hours. And there was a skunk sort of digging its way underneath the door. And I had 2 little kids with me. One was 8 and one was 6. And one of them's name was Zoe. I will never forget it. And I said, girls, get behind me. I figured the skunk, we were going to spook the skunk, and the skunk was going to spray us, and we were not going to be able to go back in the lodge. I didn't know what we were going to do. But I said, just be real still. Do not move. And the skunk couldn't see us, but we weren't moving. So it just thought we were part of the barn. And the next thing I know, the skunk goes back the way it came. I guess it sniffed us and didn't know what we were, and went out the same way it came. But what I learned is when a skunk turns around and lifts its tail to spray you, it sprays you in a big arch. And the girls would have gotten hit, and I wouldn't have. But that's been such a long time ago, and it was a funny story. But going back, we had to walk up this big hill to get back to the lodge, because the lodge it's called Earthshine Mountain Lodge. And it was nighttime by the time we got through. Or maybe I took the trash out or something. I don't know what it was. But as I was getting ready to come in the back door of the lodge, I got chased by several skunks, and I had to run. That wasn't pretty, y'all. That was not pretty. But I have learned a secret about skunks and dogs, because our dog gets sprayed every once in a while. And I have used peroxide and Dawn dishwashing liquid. I have used just everything you can think of. But the thing that I have found that works the best is Arm & Hammer baking soda deodorizer for a litter box. It does it. It doesn't hurt the dog's skin, and you just sprinkle it on. That tomato juice doesn't work, and I'm not going to waste good old my canned tomato juice on a dog. But Arm & Hammer baking soda, I've got a box of it right over there that we keep on hand just for that purpose, because Tulip gets out there and she chases things. The other night, I think there was a bear in the woods. Yep, we have bears in our neighborhood. And occasionally the neighbors will tell us that they got into the trash or whatever. We don't have any outdoor trash. So it was a frightening situation. Now, the other night, I was looking at, it was about 1 a.m. I looked out the back door. When Robert gets ready to go to bed, he turns the back lights on so that I can kind of see my way into the bedroom without having to turn the lights on, because that's kind of quite an ordeal, messes with your night vision. And a fox came up on our back deck, just as plain as day. The white tail, the red fur, it was about this tall. A red fox came up on our back deck. I've seen them. I've seen them run across the road in front of, but never on our back deck. Tulip was not happy. Not happy at all. So, skunks, and bad smells. You know, one thing about Samantha, she's in her old age, and we're gonna keep her as long as we possibly can. She gets sick sometimes. I pray over her every night and love her up and cast out whatever demons attacking her little body. Robert finally found a food that she likes to eat, but in 3 days she won't like it anymore, and we'll be stuck with a bunch of it. She's just not doing well. And this morning I heard her throw up twice. And I found it, and thank the Lord it doesn't smell bad. It's just liquid. It's just liquid. Oh, my hands are finally warm, y'all. So Dawn dishwashing liquid and peroxide does a pretty good job, but nothing like the Arm & Hammer baking soda for the litter box. Comes in a little square box. It's a good thing. It is a really good thing. Chicken broth for my dog's not sick. It's the cat. It's our kitty. But she doesn't act sick. She's got quite a vocabulary. If I go into the kitchen, she has to come and meow, 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 meow. And I usually give her little pieces of things that I'm working on. Yeah, they learn real quick what not to get around that makes them smell that bad. Because beagles and stuff like that, ooh, they don't like. My dog's got a great nose. Carla, I don't like dryer sheets either. And when, have you ever been in a restaurant and somebody have on really strong perfume? Oh my. That's one good reason about staying home. You're not exposed to those perfumes. My sister Dina can't be around any perfume at all. I sent her some Dove, no, what was it? Jergens hand soap one time, and she had to give it all away. It was too strong for her. I told her just to dilute it, and she couldn't even be around it. Samantha's been eating my aloe plant. Yeah, instant headache. Just go. And I never have a headache. When Michelle worked with me, she'd come in every morning, and I said, "Oh, you got a different hairspray." She put on some hairspray. I couldn't even. So she had to get real particular about what she got. Yeah, perfume is rough. I don't even own any perfume. Only thing I've got is some essential oils. My favorite essential oil is rosemary. And I love lavender. Love lavender. Yep, hairspray too. Get you every time. Well, y'all, I'm having trouble with YouTube. I can't download this morning's show. I don't know what's going on. Usually you can download it in just like 30 seconds, and it's not working. And I don't know why. I don't have a clue why. So I may not be posting on all our other platforms. Tea rose. There's some roses that were used in the funeral business many years ago that were so fragrant it would hide the smell of a body. But now we have embalming. So have y'all got a lot of pollen in your area? A whole lot of pollen? Well, you need a multi-wand. This is the pollen fighter right here. The pollen fighter. Get you a multi-wand. It wipes pollen off your car. It's a good tool. You can use it to wash windows, and it's just dust and pollen. I have a channel on Rumble. And I try to post to it every day. But I can't get the download from YouTube. And it's just not working. And we have our own downloader too that Michael built for me, and it's still not working. So the multi-wand, this little pillowcase comes off. Might take two people to get it back on, but it's a great tool. It takes two hands, I know that, for dealing with pollen and dust. Yeah, sister posted the Rumble account. It's the FlyLady. You can't miss it. And usually I think there's a link at the bottom of the morning music and the Ask FlyLady question. So my sister, you see that basket right behind me, right there? My sister-in-law made that basket, and she got written up in a North Carolina magazine for her baskets. Lulu, if you go into the cart, you can see how much things would cost to send it to the UK. You just put it in the cart, put your postal code or how you want it shipped, and it'll tell you, and then you can back out the cart if you don't want to spend that. But we thank you for wondering. Thank you for thinking about it. Yeah, it is a beautiful basket. But Justin sent us. We knew she was going to be written up in this paper, and he saw it in the magazine, or Emily saw it. Justin's not going to read that magazine. He said, "I never look at it, Mom." But Emily saw it and saw a picture of my sister-in-law. I'll try to find a link and post it. So y'all get your multi-wand. If you don't have any of our tools, we've got this complete package right now, and it's even got the new calendar that's coming out for 2024 that starts in August. Get a head start. Get it where you don't have to worry about it for another year and a half. It's all the tools you need to get your house shining, everything but the kitchen sink. And the 3-pack of our microfiber rags, that sale is ending soon. So get it while you can. It's $29.95 for 3 sets. And you probably never need to buy any more. Get your tea. We're about to run out. We're getting really low. And the decaf tea, the sell by date was July of 22. But we didn't get it until earlier that year. So, but it's tea. I got tea that's 20 years old in my drawer. It's never been opened. This is in a Mylar bag, vacuum sealed. It's a good deal. Yeah, get you purple rags are the lowest price they've ever been, $9.95. You know, we've been selling those a long time. Well, y'all, investigate the smell. If you got a weird smell in your kitchen, and we got something weird happening. We got little tiny moths. Just and we play a game. Robert and I play a game. Did you get it? Yeah, he'll go and he'll look in his hand and yeah, he got it. He got it. He got it. But we don't know where they're coming from. We thought we found the culprit, which was some bread flour that I had in a canister on the counter. And Robert took it out. It was about 5 pounds of flour in a glass canister, and he took it out and poured it in a hole somewhere. And you know what? I don't know I don't know where they're coming from. We've looked. Everything is in closed containers. Bay leaves to drive them out. Wow. Well, happy birthday, Lulu, this weekend. Old garlic bulbs. Yeah, that'll do it too. But best thing to do is just stick them in a pot. Just plant them. I tell you how to learn how to take if plants get little things on them, aphids and stuff, little mites. It's crystal. Crystal plants with crystal. We got lots of myrtle leaves. We got we got mountain laurel and rhododendron. They're myrtle plants. Okay, y'all. I love you bunches. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Father in heaven, thank you so much for all your many wonderful blessings. You have provided us with so much, and we love you for taking care of us like you do the birds of the air and the fishes of the sea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We praise you, Lord, with all that is in us for the love and kindness you show us every single day. Thank you most for sending your Son to die for us. We love you, Lord. Keep my fly babies safe all over the world. Help them to be strong and not be afraid of anything because you are with us. Give us what we need to fight off the evil one and to live every day for you and to show the world who our great God is. We love you, Lord. Thank you for giving us beautiful music, wonderful pastors, and the Bible. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Y'all, Pastor Greg, he's going to have another service this evening. I'll try to share it on Facebook. They had Sunday and Monday. This is day 3 of the revival, and it was really good last night. It was good last night, y'all. There were so many people there. There are going to be so many people. There's going to be so many people there tonight. I just know it. So check out Global Vision Bible Church on Facebook. They have an app too, but I couldn't get the app to do the live show last night, but I did on Sunday. So I don't know what's going on, but it was on Facebook, streamed live. And then they cut it off toward the end, and I thought they cut it off too soon. But y'all, it's really good. I mean, and they're going to keep the revival going until nobody shows up. Moss and clothing, yes. Robert used to have some wool jackets. One of them was a beige, a tan wool jacket, and he got some little moth holes in it. Robert's had one get in his ear, and he had to go to the doctor. Not fun, because he doesn't like any liquid in his ear. That was a duck. Anyway, y'all, be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself by finding, let the nose find what's going on in your kitchen. Yeah, the nose knows. Get rid of anything that's got that smelly stuff to it. And get in your kitchen and cook a meal. I'm gonna put the meatloaf on about 4:30, and it'll be wonderful. I think I'll put the potatoes on 250, not very high at all. So be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself by finding that stinky potato somewhere. Be kind to others by getting rid of your perfumes and not being out in public with perfume on. And let the joy and the sweetness that is in your heart just overflow and show the world that you're a child of the Most High God. I love you all. I'll see you later.